We got a chance to catch up with our friends Doug and Loretta from Interstate Adventures. They're remodeling their RV themselves, and we wanted to see how it was going. So we sat down with them for a fun Zoom session to get the lowdown.
Most RVers are aware that their campers are not extremely well constructed. Who knows what lurks behind the walls of our tiny homes? Doug is super handy and a skilled craftsman. It's been very interesting watching them take their RV apart for this remodel. Be sure to follow them as they put it all back together. How's everything going?
A hot mess. It's been interesting. We decided to gut the RV and re-insulate it, and that led to a lot more problems than we thought we were going to have.
Yeah, I saw water damage.
I saw your. I've been watching your videos about you guys tearing it apart, and it seems like you didn't intend to have such an in-depth
endeavor.
Yeah, a remodel.
No.
But yeah, now you're having to tear the whole thing apart.
I know. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. Like, we had no intention. We thought we would just throw some insulation in there, put some new floors and furniture, and that would be the end. We're still working on walls.
Yeah. So perfect example, like the slide behind us here, like it hasn't aired for us yet, but last weekend we had this whole slide out of the camper and completely
sitting in the driveway.
Yeah, and rebuilt it. So it's a lot more in depth than we were planning on.
It's pretty amazing to watch, and I'm kind of jealous about it in a sense because when you're done, this thing's gonna. And I know you're a serious craftsman, Doug, much more than I could possibly be. But when you're done, this thing's gonna be really beautiful.
Yeah, we're really hoping for like a major transformation. Like we've got an idea in our head, so as long as that translates into reality, then I think the final product is gonna look really amazing.
Off the record, I just want to say that when I first saw the very first video, I was like, "Oh, this is good." And then I got distracted. I'm like,
"Oh yeah, boys,
95% male viewership. So I think our retention rate has gone way up.
If you go, girl. If you got them flaunted. That's right.
You gotta work with what you got, right?
What is your, I guess, time frame for? Now I know that it's gotten to be a much more in-depth project, but what is your time frame for completing this?
Yeah, so we have a group camping trip up in Hershey, PA. We have our group last year. We had 55 sites booked up in Hershey. It's like all of us get together for our one last camping trip of the season, and that's mid-October. So we have 6 weeks to get this thing put back together, which
it's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really tight.
I don't know how we're gonna pull it off, but we're gonna figure it out.
So you say you found a bunch of water damage while you were tearing it apart, huh?
Yeah. So this slide wall here, last winter we were camping and we had like an ice buildup on the inside of the wall. So we thought that was a little strange. Figured maybe it was just condensation. And then when we finally pulled this one apart to do the installation, I could stick my finger through to the outside. So it was a lot more water damage than we thought. So we ended up
just gutting
the whole thing, and we're throwing in Hail Mary, and hopefully we can get it back together in time.
So how are you? I mean, are you excited about the actual remodel itself?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's been a hell of a learning process. I mean, it's been cool. We're really excited to get this thing back together and get back on the road.
Right.
Because this much downtime was not part of the plan. And I'm definitely jealous of you guys being out there in Colorado, living your best life.
I know, still being on the road. We're very jealous.
I'm excited to see your end result. And I was telling my wife yesterday or the day before, I was like, well, one of the cool things about what you guys are doing is you're truly raising the actual value of your RV, because these things are put together pretty cheaply. And the idea that you're going through and redoing and gutting it and redoing the whole thing, it's all on video too, which I mean, it's really a neat thing to watch you guys do this. So you're really actually raising the resale value of your RV by doing something.
Oh yeah,
we're hoping. I might even autograph one of the walls so that like when we trade it in, they can be like, "Hey, I know where that came from."
Yeah, absolutely. It's really cool to watch, and the insulation, like when you're pulling out the insulation, and it just like it sucks because you're looking at this RV and you're like, man, the insulation really does suck in these things, and they could do such a better job. But it's so neat that you guys are able to go through and redo all that. I love it. I love it.
Document all of it.
I don't know. If I were an attorney, I might be filing a class action lawsuit for all of us. I mean, just the shoddy construction. Like I get saving money to increase profits, but some of this stuff, man, it's just not good quality American craftsmanship. Like it doesn't live up to what it should be.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is these things are so expensive, and even if you buy it used, they're so expensive, even as a used RV, the way that they're selling these things, and it really It seems like it's almost like the actual home market in America. It's overvalued, and RVs are the same way. They're super overvalued, and a lot of people that get into the RV lifestyle, I see horror story after horror story about how bad these things are put together. And we've been really fortunate with our RV, but we decided to get a pre-pandemic RV when we bought ours, because I was watching all the things, everything built in 2019 and 20 and 21. They just are, really bad. But even still, ours is a 2018, and you could still tell there's flimsy parts here and there. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, ours too. We actually,
it's an 18.
Yeah, we got the 18 as well. Not for the pandemic reasons. It just happened to be the layout Loretta liked, so we looked for the 18 specifically. So I mean, in just 5 years, it's to the point where 4 walls are just completely rotted through. And I mean, that's just
significant.
And it's unacceptable. It's not even, you can't even call it construction, let alone bad construction. This wall right here is not even attached to the studs. I can push the exterior wall off the frame because it's pathetic.
Wow. And these are things we never would have found if we didn't take stuff apart. So it is what it is. At this point, we planned on doing the whole RV before Hershey in 6 weeks. We're sticking to the living room
and crossing our fingers.
And we'll worry about, the rest of it after Hershey and like through the winter and stuff. But, one room at a time at this point. That's what we're just keep thinking, is just do what we can do, get it as perfect as we can get it, and then move on to the next one,
So I have a question. A lot of people are really worried about their roofs on these RVs. Are you finding that your leaks or your wall rot is coming from the roof area, or is it coming from the windows or underneath? Where's it coming from?
So it's been challenging to kind of figure it out. So
doing a test this.
We're doing a test tomorrow, actually. Like that's why we're in a mad dash to get this done today. Up by us, it's supposed to rain pretty good tomorrow. We had originally thought it was coming from around the window frame, and then when we removed the ceiling panel, it was actually wet up in the ceiling. So we're thinking it might have been from where the rubber roof goes over the corner, so we've reinforced that on the outside. And then later on today, we're going to be painting some rubber roof on there to try to figure, put a better coating up top, because then we rebuilt the entire slide. So if I had to guess, I would say it's from the rolled rubber roofing up top.
But we're not 100% sure.
Right. I mean, I know our buddy Adam just had his roof redone with, I forget the name of the company that did it, but I'll find out. They stripped all the rubber roofing off and then replaced some of his rotted plywood, and then did a lifetime warranty, almost like a rhino liner for a truck bed up there. And it's got a lifetime warranty. So my guess would be it's the rubber roof from like tree branches and stuff like that, just a small puncture, and it all starts running in from there.
And it could be a puncture you don't even see.
Yeah, because water will find its way. It's the enemy of these RVs for sure.
Yeah.
What is your plan then? Are you gonna reseal your roof with the lifetime warranty, or what is your plan for the roof?
I mean, for this season, I think we found a product at Home Depot that we're going to give a try. It's like a do-it-yourself rubber roof paint, so we're going to give that a try for now. And then if we can make sure that it's sealed up good enough for now, then we're going to try to budget to have that same company come in and do ours. Because I mean, a lifetime warranty on the roof sounds phenomenal to me, because I don't ever want to do this again.
Yeah, especially the amount of money you pay for these things, you really want to find a way to protect it.
Yeah, right. Well, and the funny thing is too, like we were trying to do this on like a really tight budget. So we had sold some. I mean, not that we had kept a lot of stuff when we moved into the RV, but like we sold our e-bikes and we sold our recliner, and we were trying to do this all, on a shoestring budget, and we ripped 2 walls apart, and that budget is completely shot now.
Well, I was thinking next summer we'll come up there to where you guys are, and you can do our RV too.
Absolutely. We got the Jersey Shore.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm excited actually when you guys get back out on the road for us to hook up again. Really.
Yes.
I think we had so much fun last time, and we've just basically kept in touch via phone and on our text and stuff. But I think it'll be fun for us to get together and just have a real good barbecue and
a good cookout.
Yeah, cookout. So yeah, I can't wait till you guys are done. Plus, we want to see the final product.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to get you guys in here so you can actually see it in person. Because I mean, like you guys know, like the video just doesn't do it justice sometimes. No. So hopefully, like, it looks good enough that you like, oh yeah, let's go check out your camper. And when we see it, you're not like, oh yeah, no, I saw the video.
You're gonna finish the living room, right? And then go to your camping trip in Hershey, and then come back and finish your bedroom? Is that the plan?
The loose plan, yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna try and get the living room put back together so we can go on the camping trip, and then I think I might have a beer or 4. And then we're gonna kind of figure out what the next step is from there. But yeah, we're gonna try and do room by room rather than the whole RV in one shot like we were planning.
Right, because you never know what you're going to find.
And we want to be able to use it, like we're trying to do these things in between camping. Like we still want to use the camper. We love camping. So, if we got the whole thing, it could be 2 years before we get to go on another camping trip. And that's just not acceptable to either of us.
Right.
You got any questions, baby? Come on, you got something. You got nothing to say?
Well,
usually I can't get her to be quiet ever.
But where are you guys living now while this is happening?
So we actually rented a house in central New Jersey, not the designated by the governor Central New Jersey, actual Central New Jersey, in the middle of the city.
At the Jersey Shore.
At the Jersey Shore.
And you able to do all your construction out there at that house, or do you have to drive to somewhere to do it? Yeah,
no, it's all, we're all doing it all right here in the driveway. Some homemade platforms and stuff like that, and homemade construction equipment. But it's been working. We had a buddy of our friends, the Ryans, that came out to a trip to Yellowstone. We actually met them in Yellowstone, and then Loretta actually sent him a picture of what I was building in the driveway, and the first thing he said is, "I'll be right over." So it must not look that great to him.
So you do have to call in for reinforcements.
You guys do have,
but yeah, everything's What's that?
You do have friends that are helping a little bit.
Yeah,
if we need them. We got a really great friend group out here, which was the only thing that we really missed when we hit the road was our group of friends. I mean, you can't find friends like we had here, so.
Yeah. We've got a good network. So being back in our home zone, it gives us access to that again, and all of those friends and family, because that's what they are. They're family, to come out and help and, whatever, just be there and be even if it's just emotional support because things didn't go well that day, they're here, they're here for the hug, they're here for the beer, and they're here for the physical labor too. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, usually we have good friends like that in Florida, and usually I show up just as a supervisor and have a couple beers and like, oh, you guys probably should do this over here.
Every good project needs a manager.
That's right. And I'm really good at delegating things, even though I don't know what to do.
Yeah, no, so right now we're at the Jersey Shore. That's really, that's what everybody knows this area. Six Flags Great Adventure and the Jersey Shore. That's where we're at. And this is home for us. We're in a house. So the RV's in a driveway. And we can just get to work and go to town.
So do you have a plan at some point to go back to full-time RV living? Or do you see yourselves living in a house and just using your RV to go out on fun adventures?
We think it's going to be more of a hybrid. Our long-term, short-term to long-term is to be in a house and then do extended trips in the RV, like for a month or two at a time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we would love to get back to full-time RV living. When we came back, we actually had to take my business back over, and my son is looking to take that over at some point. So he's in the process of getting trained up to do everything that we have to do in the office. And then once he's ready to do that, then we can take some real long month or two trips. And then if he needs us, kind of call me as a consultant. Loretta set up so that she can work remotely when the time comes. So short term, we're just going to be doing long weekends until we can take a month or two and go back to Montana, meet up with you guys on the road and hang out. And then I can just listen to my son call and say, man, work was tough today. And I say, wow, me and Dave are drinking a beer. So sorry.
Yeah, we've been kind of looking around for maybe buying a little bit of land, kind of like a home base, but it's so crazy because in this country, even if you're buying more than like an acre or two in an HOA, if you're buying like 10 acres or 15 acres, there's still all these rules and regulations about how long you can live on your own land with an RV. So it's been hard for us to find a place. We just kind of were looking for a home base where we could, come for a month or two, either somewhere in the South for the winter or somewhere up north for the summer. And, just kind of hang out, a place we really like, and then kind of use it as a launching pad. But it's so hard to find a property that kind of fits those parameters for us. And we've been looking around. We looked in Texas, found some places, and we've been looking around here in Colorado. We like North Carolina area, but really it's kind of amazing. I guess I understand it to a degree because people don't want people pulling up in an RV and having it fall apart because they fall apart so easy, as you can see, and they don't want a junky looking RV. But it still seems like it's America. It seems like we should be able to own our own property and do what we want on it. So we're dealing with that whole scenario, and it's hard to know where that's going to end up for us. But we'll see.
That's really cool. I mean, that's something that we talked about, but we never even really looked.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there maybe like a company that you could look into that helps facilitate a search like that? Almost like a realtor company, but for RVers kind of a thing?
There are companies like that exist, and we're working with, in matter of fact, one company called the Legment Land. I found them down in Texas, and, they do kind of specialize in land for RV owners. And they actually hired me to do some videos for them down in Texas. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, there are companies that do that, but it's just like, like up here in Colorado, there's beautiful land. But then, it's undeveloped. So you got to have your own power. You got to put a septic in, you got to put your own water.
Yeah.
And, so that really all starts adding up, and it I don't know, it's an interesting process. But the search for the right place, because we want to have a little place where we can spread out some. I don't want to be on like a tiny lot, but it seems like those are the only kinds of places that are available for RVers, are tiny lots, which, they're nice and everything, but I don't know. I'd like to spread out a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah.
If we have a property, I'd love to say, hey, Doug, come on over to our place. We've got extra space. You can hang out for a month. We can, we got a hookup for you, that type of thing. So we have a vision of having a place where we can have our RVer friends come and visit with us with their RVs too,
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually we may put a house on it, because I personally, I miss having space. I miss having a little bit more space. I still like the RV life, but I do miss having just a little bit more space, especially in the kitchen, because everybody convenes in the kitchen and the dog and everybody is there, and like I can't spread out, and I'm like, okay, you take your time and I'll just come back later.
I don't miss it one bit. I do not miss a house. I don't miss mowing the lawn. I don't miss any of it at all. I'm fine. I'm fine in the RV.
You guys you're like singing to my soul right now, because we had the same discussion. I'm like, I just need more counter space. I can't prep anything in the kitchen. And but at the same, like I don't miss a house. I miss space.
Yeah.
I think that may be
my,
we're in the house now, and let me tell you, I took when we first got into the house, I took a 45-minute shower and didn't think twice about it because it was just hot water pouring on me, and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
But I also prepared a huge dinner that night because I had the space in the room and everything to do that. And you are more restricted in an RV. I miss the nomadic. I miss being able to just go wherever I want, but I miss the space of being in a house that's set up the way you want it set up, and the counters and the cabinets, and not having bed sheets in my kitchen cabinet because that's where they fit. I'd like to have.
No, I understand that, and we add stuff like we got a swamp cooler, like a little mini swamp cooler. When you're on the road, you add things, and then you're like, well, where am I going to put this when I travel? But it's like, it's nice because it helps cool off the living room area when it gets really hot, because these RVs, as the insulation sucks. So, they get hot, and even if it's only 80, maybe 82 degrees outside, it still gets warm, and your AC still has trouble keeping up. At least for me, I like it nice and cool. But, I agree that there's you get things, and I keep adding stuff all the time, and we keep getting things. It's like, where are we going to put this? Now I got to throw something away, something we're not using, so I get that part of it.
Moving into a camper, it definitely taught us that. It taught us not to be as material. Do I really need it? Before we bought, like we learned, even now being in the house, our house is so Spartan. There's like nothing in it because we're like, well, do we really need it?
Right.
Do we have room for it? Forget, do we have room? We have room for it because now we're in a house, but we still have that mindset of, do we need it?
When we go back on the road, that's more stuff we need to get rid of again. So try to nip it in the bud before you bring it home.
Yeah, I noticed when we cleared out our house, when we were actually selling and we were moving, and I was going through the whole thing. I'm like, man, I have got so much crap in this house. I don't even know why I have it. What am I doing with it? Yep. But you're right. You start thinking totally different with this lifestyle. Minimalistic,
Yeah.
Minimalistic,
yes,
exactly.
Very good point. Very minimal.
Well, we sure do miss you guys, and I'm glad we have this chance to catch up with you.
Me too, and I'm glad we figured out Zoom so we can do it again.
Yes. Yeah, I can't wait to see how this thing turns out. We're watching your videos, and when we love it. It's a really neat process what you guys are going through.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
Thank you guys.
And we'll definitely
get you guys on the road soon.
Yes, I can't wait. Well, in 6 weeks, I guess, right? You'll be ready to go.
Yeah. So I'll get you the info for the Hershey trip. We probably got an extra spot if you guys swing by.
That might be fun. Up in Pennsylvania.
We're going to Pennsylvania next year.
Yeah, next summer we're planning to spend the summer in Pennsylvania. I got a buddy who promises me that he's got this land on top of this mountain in I think it's Western Pennsylvania, and he says there's wild blueberries everywhere. And I was telling my wife that she needs to learn how to start preserving and making jams and stuff, and she says no. She doesn't listen to me. She's not going to do it.
Where are you going to store it? You live in a camper.
Exactly.
Well, I'll find a way. I've got hot sauce stored in here. I'll find a way to put some nice jam. But yeah.
All right, guys.
It's good talking to you. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, thank you. It's good seeing you and good talking to you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Good luck, man.
Thanks, guys. Let's talk to you soon.